Real quickly, I just have a few updates, and I'm just going to read from my notes. We did include in your packets a copy of the responses from Senator Hines and Representative Pignatelli. So on July 24th, at the request of the board, I submitted 7 questions to Senator Hines and Rep. Pignatelli. The topics of those questions were, and I won't read them all, they're posted on our website and also included on our website in tonight's packets, but the topics of those questions focused on, the first one was confirmation of local control, clarification on a referendum.
I'm sorry I'm late. The handicap entrances are both closed.
Thanks, David. I'll get it.
So the topics of the 7 questions, I'll just start over. Number 1 was confirmation of local control. Number 2 was clarification on a referendum. The third one was an expected timeline. The 4th was about communication process. The 5th was EPA regulations and permitting. The 6th one was an expected impacts of this proposal. And the 7th was attendance. We had asked both Senator Hines and Representative Pignatelli if they would be willing to attend a public forum at a later date. We did receive a formal response to the questions on July 30th. Again, they're posted on our website, and the next update I have for you is that there's been a lot of questions and inquiries about this prior approval for horse racing at the fairgrounds. We're in the process of searching for that approval. I believe we're through about 4 years of minutes at this point, but it's very time consuming. We are doing the best we can with the time we have to find that, and as soon as we have it, we'll release that publicly. We also have our town attorney, David Dineski, looking through his records as well. The third update I have for you tonight is that I would recommend, based on feedback that I've received, that we host a public input session at some point when the time is appropriate to hear from residents, and I would further suggest that we invite Senator Hines and Representative Pignatelli.
Will you speak a little louder, please?
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't hear you.
The last item I just on my list here is that I just want to thank both Senator Hines and Representative Pignatelli for their time and attention to this in the past couple of weeks.
So, any board, wait, go ahead.
Yeah, just really short. It's related to this.
Yep. Just speak up so we can.
Okay. I have tried my best to study the language of Senate Bill 101, which Mark has referred to, and to understand the possible ramifications if it becomes law. For me, this is a discussion about transparency, process, and discourse. It's about informing the community about pending legislation that will impact them and including them in a conversation. My intention is not to mislead or misinform or to express an opinion on whether horse racing should come to Great Barrington. Recently, 2 details pertaining to S101 have come to light, which I'd like to draw your attention to. The first is that the bill includes a legislative loophole for Sterling Suffolk to bypass local approval in setting up a commercial racetrack in Great Barrington. This loophole in Section 12 states, quote, "A new local approval shall not be required for thoroughbred horse racetracks that were licensed by the Commission or by its predecessor, State Racing Commission, for commercial racing under Chapter 128A. This sentence is important because in 1998, a permanent license for a commercial racetrack was granted to Great Barrington. Sterling Suffolk has publicly said they were aware of this and that it was a major factor in their decision to move their operations here. This second detail means that Great Barrington residents will not have a vote on whether Suffolk engages in horse racing in Great Barrington if S101 becomes law. The bill is now being held in the Joint Committee on Consumer Protection and Professional Licensure, ready to be taken up again by the legislation when it reconvenes in early September. The committee has encouraged public testimony. We should work with our state legislators to amend S101 so that a public vote will be required for Sterling Suffolk to engage in commercial horse racing in Great Barrington. Thank you.
Anyone else on the board? Okay, let's move along.